Good morning. Welcome back to Shorebilly Farmer. Okay. Did you get into shenanigans last night? As you can see, the sun is just coming up over the ocean. Well, over the field, but the ocean's over there. And it's going to be a while before we get started today. Everything around here just gets soaking wet at night. What are you going to do? That's why we can't start anything in the fields till usually around 10 o'clock. Maybe 11 some days. This might be an 11 day because it is a pretty heavy dew. But it's okay. We got stuff to do before we get into the field. I still need to check air pressure in those tires, and I wouldn't mind greasing the rear end of that thing real quick. And then we got to bring the tractor trailer over, check all its air pressures, so that way everything's good to go. Other than that, we are ready. So let's get to it. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, today's first day of corn harvest. Yay! I can't find my hat. Hi, annoying buzzer that I cannot stand. I'm gonna rip your heart out one day. I know I have Chevy trucks, but I'm not a Chevy fan. I have no clue where my hat is. Success. We found our hat. The sun is now up, which means I beat the sun up, which means I'm a farmer. I actually did something. I gotta look. I want to say our 1197 Pioneer here is 111 day. I think that's right. But anyway, the moisture, for those that don't farm, moisture is the content of water that's in the kernel, and that needs to get down to about 17%, meaning that the weight of the kernel, only 17% of that is moisture. That's where we like to be when we harvest. They stop discounting, docking you when you take it to the mill at 15.5%. But for us, we're okay with a little dockage around 17, maybe 18%. Let's start this thing up, get it in front of the shop, check some tire pressures out. Now these tire pressures should be good. All these rear tires were all new last season. Well, that's quality. Junk. I'm not gonna let this get me down. This is not gonna be our ticket to the struggle bus today. We'll use the high quality one. I don't know what that was that fell inside, but I'll find out in a minute. Gotta put a little air in this one. This one is a touch low. I think it was down to like 70. Try to keep them around 90. All right, get this truck out of the way and go get the tractor trailer. Where is the bathroom? This is the bathroom today. Yep, there it is right there. See, men's, women's. Somebody knew what they were doing when they cut that. Somebody did some good work. Forgot what gear I was in. Ooh, I'm rusty. Truck all over again. Now, you know what they say, if you can't find them, grind them. So I just checked the tire pressure in this tire and it was 105 psi, which is good. That's where we want to be. So rather than going around and individually checking each tire, do what they call the thump test. Now that I know how much pressure is in this one, it makes a certain sound. If there is a different sound, that means that we are low on air. See, that sounds different. So we're gonna check that one. It could also be that this one has a lot less tread than this one, but we're gonna check those two anyway. They sound funny. Well, those tires were good, so they must have just been making a different sound because of the difference in tread. They were both at 105. 105 PSI. I got dirty. I went ahead and I still got grease on me. I went ahead and greased the tractor trailer. Went ahead and did all the king pins, which is what the wheel swivels on right there. They're all greased. All the brake and slack adjusters are greased. And let's see, steering column, drag link. And no, the drag link does not mean it spent the night at RuPaul's house trying on women's underwear. It's a drag link because it looks like it's dragging. And went ahead and greased the drive shaft, drive line, everything. Trailer's all greased. We're pretty much ready to go. It is still very wet out, but there's a good breeze. So it is now 9:30. So I think the next thing I'm going to do is call the mill. I saw they had an email come out that they are taking grain today on Sunday. We were just going to fill the trucks up and deliver them early tomorrow morning before I have to go to work, and then take the last truck when I get home. But if they are open today, then we're just going to go ahead and roll with it today. It's finally here. Finally here. Good morning. Good morning. Hi. Good morning. Good morning. So we've already taken the truck out to the field, and right now what we're doing is adjusting. This is what's known as the throat chain. This basically just runs in a loop and it takes the crop in. So this bar would move that way, then that bar at the bottom moves that way and carries the crop up inside the combine. But you got to adjust it, because if it's too slack, just like any chain, it'll rub the floor down there. It beats and bangs and it'll wear your floor out. So all I got to do is tighten these two here. As you tighten that up, it moves the drum forward, which puts tension on the chain. It's official. We have begun. When the combine's passing things like this through it, lets you know you need to tighten the concave up a little bit. There's too much of a gap and it's not grinding the corn off of it. But by and large, I mean, it looks good. This is what you want to see. Nothing left on the cob. But what you don't want to see, when you tighten it up too much, you'll bust these cobs up and grind them. See, here's one that didn't get shelled all the way. Another thing you could do is speed the rotor up, make the corn travel faster, which is a little bit harder on the corn and gets it off. But this is very hard to get off the ear, so it might need to be sped up. All right, so you got the concave set at 2.7 and the fan set, or the rotor set at about 440, 430. Okay, all right. I'll walk behind her here in a minute and take a look again. I'm basically chasing him around with the combine. He's starting to head across the field now. So I want to come in here and look at this, where we're in the middle of the field, because sometimes end rows, the corn quality is different. Because you do so much driving over your end row, you get more compaction. And to get a better idea of combine performance, you got to come out here in the middle of the field and see what it's doing. So what we're looking for is this. Now I've already called him and told him to tighten the rotor up and speed it up a little bit. So we don't want to see that. All in all, it is doing a good job. We just got to fine tune it, and that's something you got to do every year. Another indication that we don't have the rotor too tight, and we're not running it tight, is I don't see a lot of busted cobs. The cobs are pretty much whole. Whew. Forgot how long this field is. This is a good way for Fat Boy to lose a little bit of weight.
on it.
Hang on.
I do. I have no idea.
What'd you do with a 40-foot auger?
No, I never. You don't live in the ground.
You just call the truck. You guys come underneath me. I'm parked.
I'm parked. Near the boom. You find it.
See the things I do for you guys? That was dusty. Wouldn't do that for just anybody. That's for you guys. And girls. We have quite a few female watchers that have messaged, and I think it's pretty cool. Little plug for PTP gun. It was a shameless plug, I admit it. But a plug nonetheless. That'll do it. That'll fill the truck. I'm gonna take it down to the mill. First truck of the season. Full. I like it. So the way this works, we'll go across the scale over there. He's going to go ahead of me. He was here first. They'll take that probe and probe inside the truck. Dump, it goes down and the conveyor goes up. Because this corn is wet, it was 18.6 moisture. It'll go into the dryer here at the mill. They'll dry it down to 15.5 and then put it in the bin. And then they'll take that corn and it gets ground directly into chicken feed. And not a single grain of this corn will leave Delmarva. Every bit of it will get used as chicken feed here on Delmarva. Mama's here to go get my truck because Eugene took my truck. So that way something comes up, I have a truck out here to go home with. Hi, Mama.
Hi.
Oh. Hi, little dude. Hi. No, nothing? Okay. I want to take a second to show you guys something. So, if you could see, I'm in this back corner of the field. See all these weeds in here? Every bit of this is because of deer damage. Because what happens is the deer eat it and thin it out. The sun gets to the soil, the weeds grow, and then the weeds get bigger and bigger and they start to choke out the surrounding crop, and then it's just like a cascading effect. So when we say that deer is a big problem for us, we really mean it. It's not that they're just barely grazing the field and eating a little bit. They're destroying entire fields. So I've had a couple comments from people like, oh, you just need to learn to live with the deer. And you're right, we do need to learn to live with them. And one of the ways we do is we provide them, vitamins. We give them vitamin lead, and then they stop eating the corn. So that's how I feel about that. I mean, there's hundreds, if not thousands of dollars of damage right here in this corner of the field. Nom, 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 nom. What I'm doing right now is I'm running around the edge of the field first to try to get the wet corn on the bottom. You put the dry corn on the top, and you hope that when you go to the scale, you know, when they go to probe you, that they don't get into a lot of the wet corn. They get more of a sample of the dry corn, and you don't get docked as bad. It's not a secret. Everybody would say, well, that's deceiving. Well, no, that's the game. I mean, they pad their losses a lot with what they dock you for moisture. So, you know, it's part of the business. I don't know a farmer that doesn't do it. It's not a secret. This here is tall corn. Beautiful. I got these strange creatures out there in the field. I don't know what they are, but they're pretty quick. They are the weirdest looking creatures I think I've ever seen. What's up, buddy?
Hey, Daddy.
Is Annabelle not coming?
No.
Watch yourself. Good? All right.
Hey, Dad, do you know the reason why I like the combine?
Why is
Because
that?
I like looking where the corn comes down, and I like looking how much corn comes out of that.
Ah.
That's why I like the combine.
You know why I like the combine?
Why?
Because I get to see it making money. Okay. Push that yellow button.
This one?
Yep. Okay. Is our corn just disappearing? Make sure you find a boys' room. Don't go in the girls' room.
This is the boys' room.
You sure it's the boys' room? Do you see a sign?
What?
Go around so you're not by the road.
Okay,
Go.
so I go here.
Go wherever. I'm done fighting and arguing. I am just wiping off the windows because we get those, as you saw this morning, we get those heavy dews, and they are a lot easier to clean now while it's dry and just powdery versus when it gets a dew on it and then it becomes like concrete. Well, that's it. The first day of harvest is in the books. Yeah, we left the combine empty. I don't see no reason in shelling anymore. The wind's supposed to blow all night, so it'll help the corn dry down just a little bit more. And all we're going to do is this field, so there's only about maybe 2.5 acres left here. Truck is full. We'll take that in the morning. But it was a successful first day, no breakdowns. We ground through quite a few acres, and the corn in this field typically doesn't do very well because it's got such a high ridge over there that it's pure beach sand. So the fact that it turned out as good as it did, I think, is a win. Thank you all for watching. Please like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. Don't forget, we're doing our Race to 1,000 subscribers giveaway. Once we reach 1,000 subscribers, we are picking one lucky person out of everybody to win free gun training from ptpgun.com to get your concealed carry permit or your Maryland handgun qualification permit if you're local. And I'm hosting the barbecue, and it's all going to be done right there on the farm. So thank you all for watching. Goodbye from Delmarva. Say it. Say it.
Shorebilly farmer out.
All right.